Okay, so basically, I don't know what happened, but let's talk about this episode, okay? I'm gonna talk about the bad things at the end of the video, so whatever you guys want to listen about, what I felt about the episode, what I found good about the episode, you guys can listen out there, and then I'll talk about what were the bad things about this episode. So first of all, this episode was covering up at least like two to four chapters, I think so, because there were a lot of mixtures of a lot of chapters here and there. So first part is basically Kaneki saving what's her name, Mutsuki, and then the second part was basically more of Nutcracker than having the nut case and stuff. But anyways, one thing about this episode, I think so they did well about this episode, for me at least, was they actually made the one scene creepy, which I really liked about it. That is the scene with Takizawa. Well done with that, where he's just like killing everybody. Now here's a problem, okay? Okay, I'll not talk about it, but I'll talk about the problems later on. But that scene I really liked. Like he was taking all of it. Now I understand that a lot of stuff was uncensored. A lot of stuff was censored because this stuff in manga was like, yo, whoa, that's some shit out there, especially the pineapple thing. Like those were some things out there in the manga. But here you can see a lot of stuff is censored, meaning that they aren't showing much stuff. Now that that scene I really liked. Other than that, the most sort of stuff was more about exploring the auction. Basically, Uri takes the responsibility of Mutsuki, who's pretty exhausted and wounded due to what's his name? I forgot. I don't want to say Psyche because I know I said in the last episode I said Psyche and I forgot that Psyche's name was actually Torzo, and I don't know why I said Psyche, but basically the other guy, the guy who's with Shu, he was basically the one reason. He was the one who was pretty much trying to get on Mutsuki, and pretty much Kaneki and Kosei's Mutsuki, and pretty much the other guy, he gets like badly injured and stuff, and his partner takes him out. Okay, that's the scene is done, and basically that's the basics of what how Mutsuki and Uri went together, because Mutsuki was pretty injured, and basically Wushi says that pretty much says to Uri that pretty much says to Kaneki that Uri should be the one taking Mutsuki with him to basically protect her until they reach HQ. But instead, Uri obviously looking for that prize and money, not prize but fame, and trying to get him well known, acknowledged in a way. Tries to do something stupid, such as go down and try to take on a full mob of ghouls. That's basically what it is. Now, I've talked about pretty much the episode. Nutcracker pretty much deals with a whole team, and Takizawa shows up at the end. That's pretty much the whole episode, like Nutcracker dealing with the team and Takizawa. The rest I had problems with this episode. This episode had huge major problems, considering the first four episodes were much better than Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re. I saw some problems in this episode. First of all, art style, I didn't have problem with the art style. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have problem with the art style. The problem I had was animation, frames. They were, yeah, lacking. They were pretty lacking for me. Because when I saw this episode, I saw a lot of parts, a lot of action sequences had problems with C. And I know that Studio Pirate is taking this like, or Studio Clown is taking this in a way like, okay, we're gonna make this like a shonen battle series. But you gotta understand, the Tokyo Ghoul is not a shonen battle series. It's supposed to be more deeper than that. So it is like this. And even if you do it a shonen battle series, at least do better action sequences, because when you see this episode and we compare the action sequences from this episode to the previous episode, you will see that there is a lot of frame issues in animation. You'll see there's a lot of frame issues compared to the last episode of Tokyo Ghoul Re. Last episode was brilliant with the action sequences. They did a decent job with action sequences, but The frames in this episode for action sequences were just like, okay, yeah, they're lacking. They were lacking. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, let's get to the main topic of this episode. This episode, ah, I have to say there was a lot of like jumbling. They were trying to jumble up a lot of stuff. Like legit, they were trying to jumble out a lot of stuff, and that's, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but considering that you have to give important stuff too while you're jumbling stuff, I think so. You did a lot of mistakes. For example, they skipped the whole fight scene. How did what's his name? Uri. How did Uri get into Big Mama's mouth? They skipped that whole scene. That scene, there was a whole fight scene over there, my dude. That was a whole fight scene. Now I don't know if they do it in the next episode. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna be I'm gonna take that L. But bruh, there was a whole fight scene. It showed how Big Mom actually was about to eat Uri. That was a whole fight scene, and yo, I was just like, wait, what? How did that happen? Like, where did that whole scene between Uri, Big Mom's two people, and that fight scene? Where did that whole thing go? Yo, that fight scene just vanished, just vanished out of nowhere. Like, yo, what? Now, okay, I'm gonna be giving credit to one scene, that the opening scene. They actually made it reasonable because in the manga, it's basically he wants to hurt him, the guy who was trying to hurt Mutsuki. Basically, he wanted to hurt her. So that was a scene in the manga. Here, he says that it will make it easier for him to carry Mutsuki. So I'll give credit to that. They give a reason why this guy wanted to hurt Mutsuki in the start. I'll give that credit. I'll give that credit to Studio Clown. They made it reasonable, but it made it less creepy. Yeah, that scene was supposed to be creepy. Yeah, like he was legit supposed to look like a creepy person. I didn't feel the creep factor in him, like legit. Like I didn't feel the creep factor in him at all, and it pretty much like takes away the whole creep factor he had in the manga. It really takes away the creep factor it had. Okay, Takizawa was creepy, I'll give that, but at the same time, I must say the scene where he tries to take on to his two students, like who he taught like in the academy, who he was like he was given examples and stuff in the academy, when like one day teachers and stuff give like a conference and stuff. Yeah, that stuff. That scene was supposed to be creepier. It was. I'm not saying it wasn't creepy or anything, but it was supposed to give me more creep factors. I didn't feel the same creep factor the manga gave me. Like, come on, my dude, you gotta do it better. Like, come on. I this is, I think so. This episode was just so. First of all, it was jumbled up a lot because there was a lot thrown out of the window. At the same time, there was a lot of information thrown out of the window. Like, you're trying this, like, you'll see this, like, there is a, imagine this like this, like, this is an airport, and basically an airplane is supposed to land, for example, in England, but basically it goes to Ireland. That's basically how it went. That's basically how the whole episode went. It was supposed to land in England, but it went into Ireland, or Ireland, however you want to pronounce the country's name. I'm sorry, Irish, Irish people. But yeah, that's basically how it took a U-turn from England to Irish. Like it took a huge U-turn. That's basically what I felt about this episode. Like you landed at the wrong location, my friend. Landed at the wrong destination. You were supposed to land at a different destination, but you landed at the wrong destination. That is how this episode felt for me. Like legit, like I know a lot of people are gonna say like, "Yo, you just nitpicking a lot of stuff, like small stuff, but these small stuff is what makes Tokyo Ghoul good. Like, it's not all about battle in Tokyo Ghoul. When you read the manga, you understand what I mean. There's a lot more than battle. It's very deep. It's very interactive. It's very deep in the manga, and that's what makes Tokyo Ghoul great. And what's worse is that it's getting 24 episodes, which kind of makes me like. It makes me feel uncomfortable, cause I already know it's going to go up to like 60 chapters or something, and oh, like it's gonna be very very like weird if they go up to like 100 chapters in 24 episodes. That because right now, as of right now, I don't even know how to say these chapters, because this was supposed to be chapter 27, but because it was all jumbled up, I can't even say what chapters are what. Like, it was all jumbled up. So it's like, which chapter are you adapting? Because you are taking parts from chapter 23, you're taking parts from chapter 25, you're taking parts from chapter 27, like the start of 27. It's like it's all jumbled up. Where's the correct thing? Like, I'm so confused. Like, what am I gonna say next? Cause at the same time, you're also leaving up important information, and there was that one oh another thing they left out is the ending, because that conversation was more interactive, if I'm correct. It was more like Shizuru trying to, like, he was legit disagreed with it. Like, that scene ended up so quickly without Shizuru like rebelling or anything, because that whole scene was supposed to be Shizuru rebelling against against the HQ's will. So he was basically like rebelling against them and stuff. It was like, yo, where did that rebellious thing go? Like, it was supposed to be a very rebellious attitude towards Wushi. That didn't come out. Like, what, my dude? That missed out. So yeah, a lot of mistakes. This episode, I'm sorry to say, this episode was a disappointment for me. Considering the first four chapters, I actually somewhat enjoyed the first four chapters. It was way better than Tokyo Ghoul Route A, and Route A was garbage. Let's get it out of there. But it was way better than all Tokyo Ghoul. The first four chapters were amazing, but this one, I'm disappointed, from animation to even the complications we had throughout all the chapters. Like, my dude, it really is disappointing to see this happen. But anyways, let me know what do you think about this chapter, this episode of Tokyo Ghoul, because again, for me, it was a disappointing chapter. Like, yeah, it was really disappointing. Yeah, let me know what you think about this chapter. Let me know what did you find the animation, like the frames of animation, like lacking like I did, and let me know what do you think about all the jumbled up mess. They get confuse you, or they get like, are you still were you still able to keep up with what happened throughout the whole episode? Because I'm not sure if anime owners would have been able to keep up with all the stuff happening in the episodes. I'm not sure. So let me know if you guys anime owners were able to keep up with this episode. Let me know about that too. So yeah, until next time, peace.